What's up everyone? My name is Michael Bordenaro and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, so first of all, let's dive into what intermittent fasting is. Intermittent fasting is when you are going to go for a period of time throughout the day without eating. And that period of time is anywhere between usually 12 and maybe 18 hours for the whole day. So that means during those hours of the day, you have no food whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Okay, so that's what intermittent fasting is. So you're probably thinking like, why would I want to do this? Why would you want to go all this time without food? I know it sounds crazy, right? Well, actually there's a lot of good reasons to do it. I'm not going to get into every single benefit today of exactly why you should do it. I just wanted to go over why I do it and what my results have been so far, and then maybe you can make your decision on your own about maybe if you want to do it. So my journey with intermittent fasting started because I was looking for a way to drop a little bit of body fat, and I had tried many things in the past and none of them really worked. I've been into fitness since I was a teenager, so I'm pretty well seasoned with all of like the fitness advice that's out there. I've read like all of the fitness magazines like Men's Health and Muscle and Fitness, Flex, whatever, all of those crazy bodybuilding magazines, and it seems like every year the advice changes. And I used to follow the old school bodybuilding advice of eat 6 meals a day, try to keep it very low fat, very lean kinds of meals, like we're talking just plain chicken breasts, rice, broccoli, throughout the whole day. And only egg whites, not even eating the whole egg yolk, which really sucks for me because I love eggs. So you've probably heard similar advice, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. So I'm here to tell you that there's a new way to do things. You don't have to starve yourself all day long. You don't have to follow some crazy diet plan. And that's where intermittent fasting comes in. It's a very helpful way for you to lose weight. And it's almost effortless in a way once you get used to it. So my intermittent fasting journey started back in January 2018. And since then, I have lost about 10 pounds. And when I first started, I was 179 pounds. And as of me taping this, I am about 169 pounds. But I fluctuate anywhere between 168 and 171. And that's pretty normal for anybody. If you weigh yourself on a daily basis, you will probably notice that you fluctuate a few pounds every day also. A lot of things make a difference, like how much you ate, how much you go to the bathroom, how much water you drink, etc. So those things are going to make a difference. So for me, I've lost about 10 pounds doing intermittent fasting. So that's been pretty great results for me. That was, I would say, more or less lines up with what I was expecting. I never really wanted to lose a lot of weight, although for people out there that really do want to lose a lot of weight, I would still recommend trying this method, because after you get used to it, it ends up being almost effortless. So some of the other benefits that I've noticed since I've started intermittent fasting is I'm a lot stronger at the gym. And the person that I learned how to do intermittent fasting from, Mr. Greg O'Gallagher, which you can check him out on his YouTube channel at Kinobody, he basically introduced me to the idea of intermittent fasting. And I was really skeptical about it at first. I thought it was actually kind of a joke. I figured like, okay, that goes against every single fitness tip I've ever heard or read about. And so I was a huge skeptic, and I actually didn't try it for about 6 months after learning about it. But I would watch a lot of Greg's videos and listen to what he had to say about it, and definitely see the results that he's been getting. And I decided to just give it a try. I figured, well, what do I have to lose, basically. So one of the other main benefits that I've noticed for me is that I'm getting stronger in the gym. Actually stronger than I was before I started intermittent fasting. And I think the reason for that is because I don't feel tired at the gym anymore. One of the benefits of fasting is if you start doing it, you'll notice that you will go throughout the day and you'll feel like a lot of energy before you actually have your first meal. And as soon as you have that first meal, like within an hour, you feel a little bit of a crash. And normally when you have your breakfast, if you eat your breakfast first thing in the morning, you're going to feel that crash right away. But if you do intermittent fasting, you're not going to feel that crash right away. And so you're going to have that whole window from the time you wake up until you have your first meal that you feel like a lot more energized. And I've been going to the gym and doing my training in a fasted state. And that's been really helping me with my strength gains and as well as my appearance, you know. I've been really satisfied with the results for sure. So that's definitely a big benefit of fasting. Another tremendous benefit to fasting is it is not a diet. Let me say it again. It is not a diet. That's the best part. You really don't have to stick to, you know, this food or that food. It doesn't matter. What does matter is how many calories you eat and when. That's what matters with intermittent fasting. So you're going for 12 to 18 hours a day with zero food, and then during the 6 to 8 hours a day that you allow yourself to eat, you measure the amount of food that you're going to eat in order to lose the weight that you want to lose. And generally losing between like half a pound and 1 pound a week is considered healthy. Any more than that, you're really going to be stressing your body and you're going to be miserable because you're going to have to cut your calories to such a low number that it's just going to suck. So I don't recommend that. If you want to give fasting a try, you're going to try it because it's an easy way to lose weight and it's slow and it's steady. Now I know in today's world, everybody wants to see results like right away, but the reality is with losing weight, it just doesn't work that way. Anybody that says, you know, you're going to lose 30 pounds in 1 month, they're crazy, you know, unless it's like some kind of a scam, it's just not going to happen. And that's why a lot of people give up, or they try diets and they don't see results within a month and then they give up. But the reality is it's not going to happen that fast. You know, say if you want to lose 20 pounds, consider it's going to take at least 20 weeks, maybe even longer, you know. It could take double that amount of time. You really have to be dedicated to losing weight if you want this to work. So another great benefit of intermittent fasting, and arguably the best one, is that it's just easy. And what do I mean by it's easy? I mean that all you have to do is just not eat from time A to time B, and then during the time you are eating, you just make sure you're not eating too much food. That's the main thing. You want to make sure you're not eating too much food in the time that you are eating. And I recommend getting a calorie tracking app. I use one on my iPhone called My Plate. You can punch in all of the food you eat throughout the day, and it'll even give you some weight loss goals. Like you can tell it how much you want to weigh, and then it will basically tell you how many calories a day you're allowed to eat. It will track how many calories you burn from your movement, basically how much you're walking. And then from there, it's going to show you how many calories you're allowed to eat. And if you track everything that you eat, I know it's kind of a pain in the ass at first, but if you do it, you will lose weight. So a couple of things to note if you're going to do intermittent fasting. These are some things you need to watch out for. First of all, if you're going to do it, recognize that in the beginning it's going to be hard. The first 2 weeks are by far the hardest. If you are like me and you're used to waking up and having your breakfast every morning, you know, you're going to miss that. And every morning you're going to feel hungry. You're going to be constantly thinking about food. My recommendation is to start drinking black coffee in the morning. I don't know if you drink coffee or not now, but you should start. And if you don't like coffee, then you could do the same thing with tea. But the main thing is to make sure you don't add any sugar or any milk or any kind of sweetener or anything basically to the coffee or to the tea. It has to be plain, because if you add anything to your drink, you're going to be interrupting the fast. And even though you're not having any food, your body will recognize it as food, and you're going to eliminate the results that you'll see from intermittent fasting. Because basically, going without calories is putting your body in a state where if you stay without calories long enough, it's going to be dipping into your body's body fat reserves in order to fuel your day. You know, that's going to be your energy source, and that's how you end up ultimately losing the weight, is by tapping into your body's fat reserves. But if you start putting stuff in your drink every morning, but you're not having any food, and you say, well, why am I not getting any results? I mean, that's the reason why. So if you're going to drink something in the morning, drink black coffee or just plain tea and have as much of it as you want, because that's going to help curb your appetite, and it's going to get you used to fasting. And it will also actually increase your metabolism slightly, so I highly recommend doing that. Another thing you need to watch out for is sticking with it. You know, just like diets, you know, people, they start for a month or two and then they give up. You know, just like when you go to the gym on January 1st, the place is packed, and then 2 weeks later it's empty again, because people don't commit. So if you're going to try this, you have to commit to doing it. And you know, one of the benefits, like I said, is it's very easy. All you have to do is just not eat for a certain amount of time. And the other point to that is you need to track your calories. So how many calories you need is probably going to be different than how many calories I need, and it also depends on how active your lifestyle is. So I would highly recommend the calorie tracking app, and start doing it like that and see how it goes for you. And once you get used to tracking your calories, you'll get more or less a sense of how many calories you're eating every day, and you might even be able to stop doing it. But I recommend tracking your calories every single day for at least a month. It's gonna suck, but that's the only way you're gonna see results, because losing weight is just like putting money in the bank. You know, if you put more money in the bank than you take out, you're gonna get extra money. You're gonna save money, right? But if you're always withdrawing more money than you put in, then eventually you're gonna go broke. And putting fat on your body works the same way, unfortunately. It's too bad that it doesn't work that way with money, but anyhow. So guys, this has been my experience with intermittent fasting. I totally recommend anybody that's trying to lose a few pounds, or even 20 or 30 pounds, give it a try. If you stick with it, you're gonna see the results. I'll put some resources down in the description below to help you get started, and also point you in a direction for people that are maybe more knowledgeable on the subject than me. So that's it, everyone. I hope you liked my video on why I do intermittent fasting and what my results have been. Remember, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.